All right, welcome to MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by The Bat on Cover. Thanks for joining us here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30. Hi to everybody. Hi to Derek. Hi to Technics, Milo, Lucas, Andy, Jack. Good day to you. Special little show today. Got some exciting things. If you've seen Derek's numbers, then maybe you know what's going to come. But let's get right to it because stuff's moving. We got two games we're looking at, and one of them's an early game, which is always great. Derek, 1 and 2 day. Louder coming through at plus 120. Jonathan Gannon loses by the hook, goes over on the 15th of 16 outs. And, of course, Zach Gallen, 5 innings, sounds great. Lost by the hook there on his third last batter on the under 1.5, I believe. So that was a big miss on Zach Gallen. That was good money. That was really good money.
It was. Yeah, that was a shame. That one had a lot of value. And then Cannon struck out. I think someone said he struck out Stephen Kwan twice, who's like never strikes out at all, which is just brutal. But it is what it is. Today we have, I think, a pretty exciting one.
All right, let's get to some stuff first here. If you're looking for these numbers, head over to covers.com, head over to prop projections, search by game, search by market, shop around, analysis there. Also, NFL stuff there too, as the props start to roll out today on the Wednesday. If you're new to the show, this is the release procedure. Nothing crazy. We'll just tell you a book, hopefully some secondary books. Then we'll tell you the game, the market, the player, the over, under, and then you guys let us know what number you're seeing, where it's moving, and some buy points if you're worried, if you're shopping at a different book, where the draw line is on the plays. But let's get right to it. We're at 365 for a little bit of a ladder here. Hard Rock and Caesars also have the base. I'm not sure about the alts, but not everybody. I know DraftKings does not have his market available.
Yeah.
Pitcher strikeouts. Let's just stick with the milestones. Open up both there. I just want to make sure that the 2 and the 2 are the same price so that there's no discount there by just taking one. All right. Miami, Pittsburgh, the early game. Who doesn't love early ladders? Now, we haven't really talked about how we're distributing our units on this, Derek. So we'll just throw out how far the ladder goes. You want the base. Okay? You want the base at minus 175. Correct, Derek?
I do.
All right. There's the first rung of the ladder. Jonathan Bermudez going to the Bermudez Triangle today. I'm sure he's never heard that in his life. Over 1.5 strikeouts, minus 175. It's juicy. You don't want it? Guess what? You don't have to bet it. It's your money. You can do what you want, but it's showing great value. Jump over to the 2.5 if you like, plus 160. The 3.5, plus 400, and up to the 5+ at 850. The 4 rungs of that ladder. Now, let's just talk about how to distribute this first, because some people, it's tricky. So in my mind, Derek, my ladder, I will always want a good number on the base, right? So like a lot of people, maybe the safest thing for you, because a lot of people aren't betting the 175, start at the 3. That's a beautiful number if that's the first rung. Okay, we'll be going on the 1.5 at minus 175 to win a unit. And then I think we can go, maybe another unit between the other 3? Or you just want to go a full unit across the board just for...
A full unit across the board feels like a lot. Let's maybe do a unit on 1.5, a unit on 2.5, and then a half a unit on each of the next 2.
Okay, so to win a unit on the over 1.5.
Yes.
A unit on the 3.
Yep.
And then split a unit 0.5 and 0.5 on the next ones?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. There we go. Now let's get to it. Now it's an interesting one. I sent Derek the message this morning. In my Discord, it was the first thing somebody asked because it's an interesting one. And with interesting ones come variance, and with variance becomes issues with pricing.
Yeah, this one has a lot of variance. I don't know if we've ever actually done one of these on the show, but we've done some social ones. There's been maybe 5 of these all year. It has a lot of variance. It could turn out very badly, but it could also turn out very, very well. So Bermudez is a guy who has been used mostly as a starter this year. He has plenty of starts with
Trying to
80
think.
pitches,
Trying to think.
90 pitches. He's thrown as many as 101 pitches this year. Like, this guy has been for most of the year a legitimate starter. Got called up when rosters expanded, or actually I think a little before that, actually has been used out of the bullpen twice so far. This is his first start in the majors. Threw 49 pitches on the 27th, threw 26 pitches on the 8th, which was only 3 days ago. Which is, I think, the biggest concern here, is that he hasn't had a long start since the 20th of August. Had about almost a 2-week gap where he was just kind of sitting in the bullpen, not being used until Sunday. Then they used him. It was only a few pitches, 26 pitches. He could just be kind of an opener where he goes an inning or two and we lose all of them. Like, that is on the table. But there's also the possibility that this gets treated as a real start, that Sunday was kind of just like a side session to get him some work in preparation for today. And he goes out there and throws 90 pitches, 5 innings, and we hit every single rung of this ladder. There's uncertainty, but I think there's enough of a chance that he's not just an opener, which is what this line implies, that I want to hit the ladder, for the chance that he's a real starter and we hit a few of these.
Pittsburgh, good matchup, strikeout wise.
Yeah, above average strikeout matchup. Was looking at the umpire neutral, nothing really there. But
afternoon lineup.
Yeah, afternoon lineup. Maybe we get a little bit weaker lineup if we're lucky. There's enough upside here where I like this. It's not a lock. It's not a guarantee. There is variance. We don't know for sure how he's going to be treated. I think there's enough of a chance that he's going to be a real starter.
Okay. Hangover lineup. Yes. Let's go. There in the chat, let us know where else. Yahtzee's saying Fanatics has his alts too. We're seeing that 4 move down to 300. FD off. Caesar said also OTB. I was pretty surprised to see those numbers not change this morning, because your numbers have been up all night, right?
Yeah, I was very surprised. And there's a few books that don't even have his base at all because of the uncertainty, I think. So I think that's actually it'd be nice if everyone had it available. But I think it kind of does speak to the type of play this is, where some books aren't even offering him at all, much less a ladder.
Yeah, Caesars came back, obviously corrected price. What do you have for projections? I mean, if people are coming in late to this, where is he here with this?
So we're projecting right now 73 pitches and 3.25 strikeouts.
So we've 72. If you cut that in a third, you're still like 2.8, right? Like, you're still, cutting that by a third, you're still value on the 3+ for sure at that number. So
yeah, there should be.
Oh yeah. Good matchup like that. And guess what? It's an early game. Number's still up at Hard Rock, -175, +165, 900. The 900's at Hard Rock for the 5.
Yeah.
But no over 3.5 line.
Kind of weird. But,
maybe they're manually adjusting like each.
Yeah, I have no idea. But those are both a couple points better than the 365 lines for those rungs. But yeah, weird that they just exclude one.
All right, so if this is your first time running these things, like Derek said, there is gigantic risk. There is nothing worse than missing the first rung of a ladder when you're about 2.5, 3 units in on the play. 365 just updated. Thank you, Russian. It sucks. It happens. And you kind of played a couple times. Like, I know we're up. Like, what was the one on Sunday that was an absolute banger? Who was that?
Yeah. I'm even forgetting who it was, but yeah, Sunday we had a great one. We've had a few earlier in this year. I think Trevor Richards, we hit a big one once for but there have been some where it doesn't work out. Mostly this year it has worked out. I'm hoping this is one of those, but you just never know.
Yeah, that's how we're distributing our units for record's sake. You guys run it how you would like it. It's your money. But yeah, 1.75 to win 1, and then splitting another unit over the last 2. That's where we are with that. Ooh, okay. So Hard Rock just went 175 to minus 220. There you go. So the correction is coming. If you've, like I said, back to if you've never had these bets, just praying for him to come out every inning is the biggest sweat.
Yeah,
right?
that is
Like,
the sweat every inning. Just seeing, okay, is he going to be out there? Is he
how's
going to
his
be out
body
there?
language? Did he shake his hand? What's the bullpen going? It is fun, and I'm happy that it's an afternoon one. So let's kind of get that. Release 2. It did move. Let's get to it. We're at FanDuel here. Now, there wasn't a rush to move because this number was, the total was a number above that we didn't want, but now the 3.5 is better. So the longer we wait for this, maybe just give a quick check, Derek, to see if anybody else moved. I mean, that was like 15, 20.
Yeah, I just checked one. I just checked 365. They did not move yet because they usually flip to the best number, but they are still at the 4.5. I don't see any others.
Okay. Cleveland, Chicago. Let's take a look at it. Pitcher strikeouts while we're here.
Oh, no, thank you.
Wow.
That moved 30 points.
Okay, I'm an idiot and talk too much. I mean, we got the ladder, and it's important.
Yeah, I mean, the ladder was, we needed to explain all that. It's fine. So yeah, we were going to do this. It moved 30 points. When another book flips to a better number, we'll probably throw it out on social.
DK has John McMillan listed as the starter for Miami. That's probably why they don't have markets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yahtzee saying ESPN plus 125.
We're going to get a plus 130 or plus 135 somewhere. If you want to hit that, you can. I'm going to wait it out.
Yeah, we're waiting to release the Davis Martin under 3.5 strikeouts. Everybody's at 4.5. We're just waiting for the flip. We were going to hit 365.
Yeah. FanDuel was plus 132 like 2 minutes before the show. And now they're down to what, minus 106 or something. But someone will flip to a 130 or 135.
Yeah. And from the flip game, from my knowledge in the flip game, Bet365, I know not everybody has access to it, usually has the biggest flip, probably plus 130, plus 135. Some books, when they do that flip, the highest they'll go, the longest they'll go on one side of that K-prop is like plus 120.
Yeah.
All right. But that's keep an eye out for the Davis Martin under. You do it yourself, but we'll make sure that Derek is working with Cover's social team on X, and we'll try to get that as fast as possible. Under 4.5 minus 165. That's a question from Russ M.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad bet. But it's one of these ones where I think there's going to be much more value on the 3.5 at good plus money than there is at the 4.5 with steep minus odds. So I'd rather take the 125 at ESPN than I would the minus 165 at Betway. And I'd rather wait for a 130 or 135 somewhere else.
FD went back up to plus 110. I knew that move was too drastic from the 132 to the minus 108 or whatever it was. No, but Russ brings up a good point, and so does Derek, in the sense that the lower the strikeout total, the higher the variance of the outcome is, right? Like the difference between 3 and 4 is pretty tight. Yeah. And whenever we're dealing with variance, the best friend of variance is always plus money, right? Yeah, less risk. Yeah, mitigate risk with high variance, that's for sure. And plus 130s, that's kind of what we're looking for. So a little more information day, talking about how we divvy up those units within that ladder, what to expect with that ladder, and the risks, the inherent risks with that ladder too. So accept everything. But there's some free information today, some free looks at what we're doing today. So just that Jonathan Bermudez ladder from 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1.75 units, 1 unit, a half unit, and a half unit across those 3. Okay, FD back to 122.
Someone saying Flip has 135. If you use Flip, I'm good to take that number.
Miami has changed their starting pitcher? Question mark from JP Sprague. I don't know if he's looking at that, and that could be that's in the range of outcomes today too, where he's the piggyback guy.
Yeah, Bermudez goes an inning or two, and then that guy comes in. Like that is certainly
no. But Bermudez is the number 2 guy, like we've seen.
That is possible. I mean, Major League Baseball does have Bermudez listed as the official starter. That can change, but I do think it's more likely at this point. It seems likely that he's going to be the one starting.
Awesome. But yeah, total. Let's few range outcomes in that one, but let's do with that. Let's see if we can catch a big one before we get into Friday's show. We got some Blitz Thursday Night Football being released later today. I know Joe Osborne and George St. Pierre doing live Twitter Spaces today. Big UFC card. Don't bet it myself. A big UFC card at the Sphere in Vegas, I believe, this week. And then before you bet at noon with Joe and John Middlecoff, who, if you haven't watched John Middlecoff talk, he's been slowly becoming one of my favorite talking heads in all of football. So lots more stuff coming. Props are rolling out in NFL. It's Wednesday. First injury reports are coming out. Is Kirk Cousins, can he move? Like, have you looked into that? Like, I know this is our baseball show, but like, did you see all the things? Like, he didn't drop back. He didn't run play action. Like, there's a bit of a worry there. And I keep shouting at people, go get Michael Penix anything. Lead rookie stuff, because he's still being priced as someone who has no shot. But with what the rookies did in week one, there's you can catch up in a second. So, I mean, no rookie threw a touchdown pass. So you can still lead that market heading into week 4. Lots of exciting stuff. But baseball today, let's go. Bermudez, ladder to 5. Let's cash. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is MLB Prop Picks powered by the Bat. Let's go. Have a Wednesday. See you Friday.